Hello, everyone, and welcome to SIIA Tech Chats. I'm delighted to be joined today by Aashish Dhamdhere, VP of Customer Acquisition at Liquid Planner. Liquid Planner, if you're not familiar with them, they provide a resource-driven predictive project management solution. Aashish, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, we all know we live in a customer-driven world today. And so how have you developed, being the VP of Customer Acquisition, how have you developed a customer-focused approach to ensure the success of the customer is a priority?
Absolutely. You know, one of our key differentiators here at Liquid Planner is our focus and our belief that technology teams need a specialized project management solution. So we've honed in on software development, IT, and manufacturing teams. And know that these teams have specific jobs in mind when they try to hire or look to hire a project management solution. We do our best to understand these jobs by adopting the jobs to be done framework in conjunction with buyer personas and the buyer's journey. And we use these across our product, marketing, sales, and customer success investments. A critical element of this obviously is continued customer engagement. And we do this with qualitative and quantitative research. We do this with customer advisory boards, and we do this with a vast array of customer success outreach. We take pride in being customer centric, and I think that's a big validation of that is the fact that we just celebrated 10 years and we've served 5,000 plus customers in the last 10 years because of this customer centric approach.
I love the approach. And you're working with project management all the time, but a provider of project management, I'm curious how Liquid Planner actually approaches project management themselves.
Yeah, that's a great question. Liquid Planner is based on a unique methodology. It's something we call dynamic project management. And dynamic project management is made up of three things. It's an adaptive process that teams can use. It's a flexible methodology, and it's a dynamic and predictive tool. A good way to understand this differentiation is by contrasting the approach of traditional tools like Project or spreadsheets like Microsoft Excel with what we do. So traditional tools typically start with tasks and dates. And what this means is there's a disconnect between the work that needs to get done and the resources that you have available to get this work. And typically teams have to scramble to get work done. Deadlines get missed sometimes, or even if they're made, you end up burning out a lot of your people because the resourcing issues are not isolated. There's a cascading effect that happens when one of these issues pop up. This problem, of course, gets a lot worse if there's a change in business needs or business priorities, or somebody goes on vacation. And then what ends up happening is traditional project management tools are great at planning work. They're not as good when it comes to executing work. If you contrast that with Liquid Planner, we start with people and priorities. So our first step is to say, what's all the work that needs to get done and what's the priority order for this work? And then we look at marrying that list with the resources that we have available. And what we do is we ask people that are actually doing the work to provide us with ranged estimates on how long each task is going to take. When you marry these two lists together, you identify issues that could crop up proactively. You identify them way before they come up. So you can change resources, add resources, move resources, and you can use the same tool to plan your work and execute your work. We think that this approach of starting with people and priorities is a more enlightened approach, and it's something that works particularly well in technology teams that are always resource constrained. And this is also what we hear from our customers.
Then what advice would you give to companies on how they really should do I'll call health check on their project management teams and processes?
Yeah, typically most teams have a good handle on how their project management system is doing based on output. Is the work getting done? How much work is getting done? Something important to consider with that is how the work is getting done. Is your team meeting deadlines with time to spare, or do you need heroic feats at all times to get and meet deadlines and get the work done? But both of these things are lagging indicators in some way. It's important to consider some leading indicators at the same time also. So a good question to ask is, or a good set of questions to ask are, how good is our project management system at organizing work, prioritizing work, marrying the work that needs to get done with the resources that you have available? How good is it at providing visibility or getting visibility as a project manager into the work that's happening, and also for stakeholders in terms of knowing project status, etc. Also important is, does your team know at any given time on the most important thing that they could work on? And the answers to these sort of leading and lagging indicators together will give you a good sense for the health of your project management system. We actually have a tool at liquidplanner.com/diagnostic. It's product agnostic that you can take with your team and compare notes, which automates this process and gives you a health score for your project management system. So we welcome you to try that.
That's certainly helpful. Okay, now, last question. Besides simply giving Liquid Planner a call, what are the key things companies should look for when evaluating a project management tool?
Great question to end on. So there are 5 questions. That we've seen our best customers ask us or ask of themselves as they're evaluating project management tools. And really the first one is the project management system, the tool that we're evaluating, does it match how we run projects? Whether that be agile, waterfall, or a hybrid. That's a really important question to consider. If you don't have a system today, the thing to consider is, when we end up picking a system, will we have a tool that's flexible enough to adapt? You don't want to be painted into a corner based on the tool that you've picked, because there are some projects that run better as agile, others that run better as waterfall, some are hybrid. So that's number one. Number two is this the tool that we're picking, will it help us just plan our work, or will it also help us execute our work? Obviously, both are important. So you want a tool that helps you adapt to change, and you want to keep that into consideration. A third one would be, will this tool that we're evaluating, will it help us match the work that needs to get done with the resources that we have available, so we're not always scrambling to meet projects? A fourth one that's related to this is, will the tool help us do all our work in one place, so documents and important details are not getting lost in email inboxes, Slack channels, whiteboards, sticky notes, whatever the case might be? And the fifth and final one would be, is this project management tool going to give me visibility and give me the ability to give this visibility as a project manager or team leader to my stakeholders on the project status and the status of the various tasks in the project? You don't need a ton of extra meetings or long email chains to figure out answers. We think if you have good answers to these 5 questions, you're setting yourself up for long-term project management success. Obviously, we think that the best project management tool for technology teams is Liquid Planner, and we welcome you to come do a free trial with us. It's at liquidplanner.com, and thank you.
Aashish, thank you so much for your time and insight today. For more information on Liquid Planner and SIA, please visit our website, and stay tuned for next week's SIA Tech Chat.